Hey, Thomas, very good to see you. Today, we are talking about 3 changes coming to retirement accounts in 2022. As you know already, the IRS put out new guidelines calculating required minimum distributions, factoring in a longer life expectancy. And I think a lot of people would assume that this is good news, but you said there's a lot more to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. As we were talking before, the 72 rule, prior was 70 and a half. You have to start taking those RMDs. Now it's 72. The benefit is obviously you can put off that taxation for a couple of years. But if you think about it too, I guess it's a two-edged sword. You put it off for a couple of years, the IRA can still grow tax deferred. And guess what? In a couple of years, your current tax plan will expire and you'll be in a higher tax bracket potentially. So later on, that money is coming out. It can be taxed at a higher rate. So I look at it from both sides. It's good that, yes, you don't have to pay the taxes right now. You can take those RMDs later. You might not have use for the money, but later on, that money has to come out to some capacity. So.
Right. Yeah, it is a lot to think about.
Mhm.
All right. Now, point number 2 here is these Secure Act regulations, right? There's still a lot of gray areas surrounding this. Experts say more regulations and clarifications are coming,
Mhm.
specifically regarding trusts and retirement account beneficiaries. Is there anything I should do now to be preparing for those changes?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you obviously should meet your advisor if you have an inherited IRA, especially if it was after 2020. That's when the act was passed. Prior to 2020, your grandfather then still to that idea stretch IRA, so you can take those RMDs out over your life expectancy. But yes, if it's after 2020, you should definitely have a conversation with either your state attorney or your advisor to figure out a strategy on how to take out those RMDs and position those funds appropriately.
And you said you've even been receiving some phone calls from clients already who've been affected by those changes.
Absolutely,
All
for
right.
sure.
Let's move on to change number 3, which is the Build Back Better plan. I've talked before, Congress proposed killing the backdoor Roth conversion. That did not happen in 2021. But
Mhm.
should we consider taking advantage of doing a backdoor Roth now while we are in historically low tax rate?
Absolutely. I think it's a smart thing to consider. Like I said before, this tax plan is going to expire by 2025. And if you can take the tax hit now, absorb it now, it'll probably be beneficial for your overall bottom line for yourself. But later, if you wait till later, you're going to be paying higher taxes when you want to take advantage of the Roth conversion. And especially if you do it now, you pay the taxes now, guess what? You move into the Roth. When you start to have those funds distributed, they're not taxed. So why
Right.
not take that tax hit now?
Right.
Mhm.
Absolutely. All right. This is great, Thomas. It's so much to think about. If somebody has some questions about any of these changes, what's the best way to reach you?
You can obviously you see on the banner there. There's my website. Please log on to my website. You can book a meeting with me. You can obviously email me at info@martinheritagegroupllc.com. And then I'm across all the social media outlets: your
Right.
Facebook, LinkedIn, and then also Instagram at Martin Heritage Group.
Easy to find. All right, Thomas, thank you.
Thank you.